T1. And in the bottom right we have Rogue playing for no team currently. He used to play for Junior Green Wings as well. Eighth team. Eighth, I guess. It's so difficult to pronounce this one. I'm struggling. It's the real struggle. Okay, drone here on patrol. It's gonna throw down a hatchery. Jabam! And then, well, we'll have to wait what we will see, how many drones are gonna be killed by the adepts. No wall in here for herO, interestingly enough. It's not gonna wall the natural, which you usually see with the Protoss race. Of course, T1 is the rival company from the perspective of herO. It used to be SK T1. It's not Shroud Commander SK, it is the SK Telecom. I don't exactly know what the SK does stand for, but it was the SK Telecom team, meaning the richest team in the history of Brood War. They had a lot of sponsor money, and they were, yeah, one of the most successful Casper teams. And herO used to play for CG Entus. That is the rival team. They used to be called the Greatest Ones. It's the second team that emerged. SKT did emerge when Slayer's Boxer became a big thing, and you might remember this dude who used to take all the second places, Yellow. Yes, he was the one that kind of was forced to make the counter team. CG Entus used to be called the Greatest Ones. And yeah, his father, I think, he opened that one or something like that. There was a little bit of an interesting controversy going on, but yeah. And that's who herO did used to play for. He swapped sides, basically got converted to the dark side of the power, and is gonna play for T1 now. Unfortunately, I'm kind of afraid that his contract eventually is gonna run out, and then there's nothing left, because StarCraft is not part of the Esports World Cup anymore. It's not part of the big team club award or whatever it's called over there, right? It used to be a very good thing for StarCraft. Now StarCraft it's not. As soon as your game is not there anymore, it just is not a good thing for you. Even Falcons did drop their roster of StarCraft players, so we're not thinking of a return, maybe next year or something. This year, for now, we know there's nothing gonna be up there, and the most prestigious tournaments would be our GSL this year. Maybe we're gonna get something later down the line. We've got RSL, GSL, Home Story Cup, and I think Stellar Fest is in the making. At least that was announced by Bruno. So, from dear Canada. Got a Void right here. It's gonna go Overlord killing, not hunting, but killing. Splash the first one into pieces and then walk into Queens. And he will get out on one shield. But a Ling did get in. It's gonna scout every little corner. He didn't see the second gas on the natural. He could see it with the Overlord. Oracle went in, didn't do anything. Now double Oracle coming in here is gonna prepare to snipe some drones. Tiny bit desync, but still gets 3. Pretty good. Void Ray is finally gonna clear out the Overlord at home. Whoop. And the Forge coming online, of course, here after the Twilight. The Blink is already halfway done. It's a Twilight in the wall, yeah it is. That's such a hero thing. And then he does this. I really like these walls. The triple gateway wall, a couple of pylons. Just to stabilize this against links. It's just against links to buy some time. Roach Warren on the way. It's been a while since we've seen some Zerg here, at least not today, I think. The Roach Warren will get cancelled actually and will be made into a Baneling nest, so interesting choice here. Switch up by Rogue is not gonna go for that safety Roach Warren, even though it could be a good help. I guess it's gonna be a blink pressure, so it's not gonna be glaives. That means that he can cancel the Roach Warren, and he will go into Link Bane. No Hydra then though, so no Hydras to support, only Links +1 are gonna be nice here against Mass Stalker. Banelings of course, they're not great against Stalkers, but they will get the job done eventually. And they will decimate any kind of Zealot attack that's gonna try to come across the map here as well. We do see Rogue is splitting up his Zerglings into 3 bigger groups right now, trying to prepare kind of a surround. Templar Archives on the way here. It's gonna be spotted by the Changeling, who's gonna casually walk through the base. A lot of links are gonna fall here, unfortunately. Rogue has a bunch of links. He has 50 links, 8 queens. But he will lose this base. Or will he? He's gonna go in now for the defense, but yeah, that's gonna be a definite snipe. He will recall, so that's pretty good. He doesn't lose a single Stalker. That's basically a free kill. Wow, look at that. And hatchery, 3 drones, 17 links, 2 overlords for none. And he's gonna get more here. That's a perfect game here so far by herO. But eventually Rogue is gonna turn it on and we'll get some good engages. He still hasn't made any Banelings, even though he got Bane nests now. He doesn't have Baneling speed yet. Should get that started. He's gonna make the Banelings, he's gonna make Burrow and stuff. He's definitely forgetting Baneling speed right now. Carapace is going on, okay, I like that, but not Burrow before the Baneling rolling starts. And he has the money, he's making 17 Banes, he's gonna be noticing that they are slow. And then he starts Baneling speed. Now this base is attempted to be retaken, but a good attack in here again. Man, so many Banes. Just walking into Archons though is not really the place where I want to go. They're still kind of hitting the Zealot front line, that's all they need to do really. And the Archons will be overwhelmed by the links, at least for a short time. Oh, he needs to finish off these 2 Archons. They don't have that much health left. But if they start to regen their shields, it's gonna be so tough to kill them with the links. Fleet Beacon on the way. So we see the first map between these 2 here, and in a best of 5, and we immediately go up to Fleet Beacon, Robos and Adrenal, tier 3, Ultraless Cavern. Hey, this is looking promising. Gonna see some good game tonight. More and more links on the way here. Ooh, that was kind of close. Still no Baneling speed. Remember that does also include Baneling HP, right? He could throw down a Nidus into the main base. herO doesn't have any idea that there's an Overseer over there. Some nice sniping there with the Stokes. Let's have a quick look at what has been killed off. The resources loss is off the hook. 14 units to 155. That's when you play a Ling Bane style against Protoss. Counterattack! Who needs a Nidus if you have hero walls? There's an opening, there's an opening. He's gonna recall now. He still gets the base, but he recalls mostly Stalkers. That's a nice burrow. Oh, can he get that at +3? That's a big cancel. That's really big. Wow, and he still gets more probe damage here. They do have... Oh no, they don't have adrenaline. 5 seconds until they're gonna be super powerful links. He's just playing mass ling. He's killing with links. Well, he will not be able to defend this if he doesn't have the ultras. If he can get the frontline zealots again with the banelings here, that would be amazing. He's kind of reluctant to engage into this, but he will go in now. He's kind of just hitting the Archons there. Not sure if I like that move, but Ultralisks are there. If he somehow can kill the Archons and that Void Ray, he did kill this base, by the way. Lings are coming back now to defend. I don't hate this choice. A big swell of Lings with a couple ultras here mixed in, they should be enough to take on this army. And we do indeed see most of the units fall here for herO, but he has still a group of units to counterattack. Now these links are still here, still doing the burrow stuff, and they are killing so much. Also, this base is gonna fall. You cannot save this. It's so much damage. +2 and adrenaline. No way, Jose. Let's actually have a look. So they are at 0.35 attack speed. It's 7 damage. That's so much. Why are these Ultralisks getting killed by a Void Ray? Where are the Ultralisks? Is he gonna kill one? Yes. That's crazy. And he's gonna walk away with the rest, and one is still sitting there while he kills the base again with links. Oh, he killed so many probes as well. 26 probes remaining here. He's simply killing him with links and not dying to things with the ultras, that's all. Man. So how many units did we lose? Almost 400 to 150, but look at the resource loss. It used to be 2,000 to 6,000. The past, I want to say 3 to 4 minutes, completely went Rogue's way here. He was trading even about, yeah, well, efficient enough to make up for 4,000 resources. That's pretty big, if you ask me. And he killed most of the income. 25 probes to remain. Look at the production. It's 2 high templars right now. That's it. Most of the production is gone. There's nothing really on the work here for herO, and it's so big that Rogue was able to deny the +3 because it never got restarted. There wasn't the money. Now we have mass ultra just killing stalkers. They're pretty good against stalkers. They deal bonus damage. Oh, I guess they don't, but stalkers are actually pretty bad against ultras. And GG's called while Rogue takes the first map against herO. Pretty sick. Pretty sick map. And then a Terran music. Okay. Oh yes, Mr. Rainer. Are they gonna do something for StarCraft? Do I need to make like videos on this? I'm gonna BlizzCon something for StarCraft. Why are they doing a community tournament? Why are they doing StarCraft after years of radio silence? Right? Do we need to do videos? Do we need to make something on that? I don't know. Could. First, we're gonna keep on casting this series. It's 1-0 for Rogue. Going into map number 2 here. It looked really powerful there. It always looks so strong when the Zerg plays like that. He's down in resources, lost about, I don't know, 70%-ish in the first minutes of the game. And then he completely turns it around, flips the table on its head, and gets everything done. Now we're on Celestial Enclave. We've got herO down here, we've got Rogue up here, and this map is a defensible map. Pretty good to set up 3 to 4 bases. Quite nice and easy. Get the pocket base as well if you really get pushed. Can kind of still get some additional income. Even though most players avoid to take that because it's a half base only. Honestly, I don't think it's bad at all. It's free resources. I feel like there should have been different builds just for this map, where you take a very fast third base. For like only, I don't know, you skip like 3 zealots and 2 probes or something. Take a third with that. There's the Nexus. So yeah, we get a PVZ. Again, 2 minutes of silence here. We could do it. Not gonna do it though. We could actually talk about BlizzCon for a moment here. BlizzCon 2026. We've got some StarCraft 2. Terrible damage here. Okay, so let's have a look at their actual announcement here. Classic Cup. The Blizzard Classic Cup brings Heroes of the Storm, StarCraft Remastered, StarCraft 2 and Warcraft 3 back to BlizzCon stage. Okay, so that's pretty big actually. They do also have SC Brood War there and Warcraft 3. I didn't see that. I saw the Heroes of the Storm. Okay, that's only 2 days of thrilling competition. Community captains Nick, Tasteless Plot and Dan Arto System will draft all-star teams to battle for glory in the classic stage location. Okay, that might be an issue. That sounds a little bit difficult because while we did have some overlap between Warcraft 3 and StarCraft 2 and also Brood War and SC2 raid, not too much with Heroes of the Storm, a very little amount. But those guys are pretty set, like in the super top tier Brood War players are not super top tier StarCraft 2 players. The super top tier StarCraft 2 players are not super top tier Warcraft 3 players. Super top tier Warcraft 3 players are not super top tier Heroes of the Storm players and all that kind of stuff. So this is not looking like the greatest. Legends Return. Okay, let's read on for now. Legends Return, the Blizzard Classic Cup, is a cross-title team showdown celebrating rivalries, personalities and high-stakes moments that define Blizzard esports across both days of BlizzCon. Legendary players will once again face off, competing in a share of a $100,000 total prize pool for all the games. That's pretty big actually. Community captains Nick and Dan will draft all set teams to battle for. That's the same thing they said like upstairs. The only new information is 100,000 grand for everything. Okay, in the Blizzard account. The format. Okay, so across both days at BlizzCon, you can expect a curated mix of high-stakes legacy matchups and entertainment matches. Every match contributes points to each team's total. The scoreboard is live all weekend and every match shifts the momentum. At the end of the weekend, the team with the most total points will be crowned Classic Cup Classic Cup champions. Full match schedule and rosters will be released closer to BlizzCon. Heroes of the Storm, StarCraft Remastered, StarCraft 2, Warcraft 3. Welcome back to 2026. Legends Return, Anaheim, California. Welcome back. Okay. What's in store? So let's have a look. They have some more information there. The Classic Cup is a cross-title team showdown celebrating rivalries, personalities, and high-stakes moments that define Blizzard esports across both days. We've read that like 3 times, man. The fuck? How often can they say the same thing, literally the same words? Like, who did write that one? It's like 3 points, and they just copy-paste it. What the F? What the F, man? Okay, so legacy matches, running back high-stakes rivalries that help define an esports era. Competitors receive team points and collect a bounty worth 20,000. So that's not sure why and what that does. Each team will compete for their share of the 100,000 prize pool and bring home the Classic Cup. Okay, so the Classic Cup, I guess, is 100,000 prize pool, right? So there's the temps, by the way. That Classic Cup prize pool of the 100,000 will be the team effort. And the legacy matches are 20,000 additional bounty or something? Not sure. Oh, bro, herO. Oh, bro, herO. Okay, I hope hero's gonna be there. Oh man, herO. Still only 5. Not the worst. Viewership rewards. So this is for everybody out there here watching this at home. Classic Cup is not to be missed for those tuning in from home. Keep an eye out for how you can earn special in-game viewership rewards. So I'm guessing we're gonna get Twitch drops and stuff like that. Entertainment matches, showdowns featuring some of our favorite personalities and unexpected combinations. That's something new. Winners earn points towards their team totals. Yeah, that's something we read 4 times already. Now this push is actually doing a lot of damage, but is it gonna be enough to snowball here? I don't think so. rogue is starting to run out of units, but then again more and more links are coming in here. Can he snipe those Tempests? If he could, maybe he can overwhelm here. Probes are coming off the line, only 5 to 6 Hydras remain, and is this enough to snipe these Tempests? 2 are so low. If he can get under them for even a second, he will be able to snipe 2 very fast. He's gonna pop 1. The other one is still standing alive. Can he get that one too? Oh, so close. 8 HP, and it does indeed fall, but only 2 Hydras to remain here, so that's not enough to get rid of these Tempest. Man, the Hydras DPS is so high. And in the end, links do remain here. More Hydras do stream in. Oh my god, he has 7 again. That might be enough to snipe these 2 Tempests here. If he can get close enough. Oh, the double Oracle immediately getting hit by the Hydras here. Tempest is gonna fall again. Another Oracle is gonna fall. He made the Oracles to counter the links and then they just walk into the Hydras like Nubus. Ah, Le Tempest. Okay, so he keeps that 1 Tempest alive, but I think herO is pretty dead at this point. He has like almost nothing left. He loses the last Tempest. He has a few Stalkers, but there's more links and Hydras coming in. It's the perfect kind of stream of reinforcements. There's only 3 bases, by the way, by rogue. So if rogue ever loses this fight, he's dead. I guess he killed already 56 probes, so he won't be dead, but he could transition out of this. herO on 14 workers and 8 army supply. Rogue's gonna take that one. Congratulations. Okay, so captains and their teams. The captains will select their teams in a draft made up of legendary competitors from each game featured the Classic Cup. So the thing is, like, Heroes of the Storm, you need 5 players, right? Is that only gonna be 1 match? I don't know. If you need... That's a lot of people you need to fly in, right? 5... For example, if it's 4 teams, that's 10 people, right? So, yeah. And for the others, if it's like a 4, you could only have 4 people. So I'm not sure how Heroes of the Storm really fits into that, because that feels a lot of more investment of the others and a little bit disjointed, just because the others are one-on-one games, maybe. Maybe I just feel like that. RDS action one, yeah. I don't know. It's good to see it back then though. More to come. In the lead up to BlizzCon, we'll be sharing more details on the team draft and individual matchups. Classic casters. In addition to leading their teams to victory, Tastosis will be stepping in to cast select matches alongside a fantastic roster of talent that we'll be sharing in the coming month. Okay, so there's more casters apparently. Partner with BlizzCon. Are you interested in exploring partnership opportunities? We'd love to hear from you. Please reach out to this partnership. For more information and discussion, how can we work together, create an unforgettable experience. So in the end, we've had this same information. There's like Classic Cup point, Legends return point, and the format point, and what's in store point, and it says 4 times the same thing. That's insane. Like, how often can you say the same thing on one webpage? Like, how bad are you in stretching that information? That's crazy. By the way, I have not been contacted for this, in case you're wondering. And we will go into map number 3 here between these two legends. There we go. In the bottom right, we've got herO. In the top left, it is Rogue. Probe going across the map here. We do get the drone over to make the hatchery. It's gonna be in time here, so no block arena from the probe. Oh, he blocks the gas there for a moment. And Rogue was so sad on grabbing that one and not this one on the top. That was kind of funny. And so much for the Classics Cup, right? When was that announcement made? So I wonder, like, in the coming months. We'll be sharing in the coming months. BlizzCon is in November. We need like a November, right? Coming months. Probably everything has to be kind of set in stone until latest would be September. Something big as this. But that kind of sounds cool. Like 2 days of competition, different casters and talents. Of course, they probably want to have. Like, it's pretty easy to get in Dan and Nick because they do actively work on Brood War and on SC2 professionally. So they already have 2 games covered with that, right? And then they can grab like maybe one personality from Warcraft 3 and one from herO's and then just match them up together and have like a 4 caster rotation somehow. Or they can of course do more casters and stuff and get proper casting teams for each game. But it's pretty easy to announce those 2 because they will already be... Right, they already have 2 games covered, so that's the easiest one. Stargate on the way here. Then you probably should grab someone like Grubby, for example. He has been working a lot in the very recent past with Blizzard. He got like Blizzard sponsored events and stuff going, so I'm kind of expecting that man to be there. Also, Grubby is someone who can cast basically, except for maybe Brood War, he can cast everything because I'm pretty sure he did dwell at least in all of the 3 other titles professionally. Of course, one of the legends of Warcraft 3 himself used to be the god of Orc, and then he transitioned into StarCraft 2 when that came out. He did play some professional games. I'm not sure if he made big championships impacts, but he was one of the good, very good players that came from Warcraft. He of course was playing Protoss. And then I'm pretty sure he did also play some herO's and cast some herO's professionally when that was still going. So I'm pretty sure after when herO's released, basically he kind of transitioned to that for a while. And then after with the Warcraft Reforged, of course, going back to Warcraft 3 again. I think that's how it went for him. So he could be working on, like, this guy would be the best option even, right, Grubby? To cast on 3 different games even. And I don't think, while I'm pretty sure he has played a good amount of Brood War, I don't think he did ever play that professionally or cast that professionally, so he wouldn't be one of the first choices there because it's also a very different game to all of the other games, right? While it has some similarities to StarCraft 2, actually because of its interface limitations, this is more close to Warcraft 3, I'd say, in certain ways, right? So Warcraft 3 also has like a unit selection cap and a lot of, especially the older Warcraft 3 has a lot of bugs that are kind of weird and make the game interesting at the same time. Okay, so this game, by the way, 5 minutes, we got it out of the way. We've got 3 bases here for herO, we've got 4 bases for rogue, we've got an evolution chamber on the way, we're gonna see more and more gateways, and the blink attack is gonna still a little bit off here. Forge is gonna finish up now, it's gonna throw down a +1 attack, and then we're gonna see that pressure. The layer has been started, and a macro hatchery here in the entrance. That's pretty interesting to see, so that means we're gonna have a Ling heavy style, and we'll probably add the plus melee, there it is. Very easy choice here for rogue. Queens are gonna try to snipe that Void Ray, at least deal a little bit of damage, but somehow it always makes it out with 1 HP on the shield. That means he didn't take any damage in this particular engagement. Oh, dance! Can he save them with the Void Ray? Can he save them? He saves 1, that's pretty good. And now he sees the blink pressure, so that prompts him to make units. I wonder if he makes like 1 or 2 drones, you know. If you're like crazy, you're squeezing those drones. Man, the Oracle going freaking kamikaze. He's gonna fly over the spore, it doesn't even matter. Still makes it to the army. But unfortunately the stasis trap doesn't go down, Blink is finished up. Stalkers are in a little bit of peril. So many Lings, they're just going for the surround and they will get a good hit here. Only Stalkers, a lot of Stalkers starting to fall. Lings though are dwindling in numbers. We need to see a few reinforcements coming here for Rogue, or he will not be able to push that further back. Queens of course off creep there. We're unable to contribute to the chase. Now we do have the Void Ray trying to snipe the Extractor. Should get the job done here. Queen might fall as well. It's actually going to be pulled back there in the last second. So he does get the Extractor, but what kind of value is that really? It's not that much. It's a tiny bit of income being denied there. The Void Ray is going to fall to the Queen's walking off creep. These Stalkers are trying desperately to blink over to the debris or into the base. Doesn't really get away, but he still makes a good trade happen, and the Lings do thin out here again and are not high enough the numbers to keep on fighting that fight. Bangling Nest on the way. +1 is gonna finish now, and after all that fighting is done, let's have a look at how many Lings have been killed now. It's 80 Lings that have been killed without +1, so that's a pretty big trade already happening here for herO that he was able to do with them Lings being just a bit weaker. That's about 20% damage that they are actually gaining here, so 5 to the 6 rate, that's a lot of percentual damage that you're actually growing there. Oh, that's a good scout, man. The Ling, again, paying for itself. Seen the 4th base here, herO needs to start to mine this out, and he is doing so. The Hydras, man. They look so funny when they walk. Snake bodies. Hydra Ling. No Banes with this yet. Oh, he gets a big surround on the Stalkers. He's just going for it. Stalkers trying their desperate to get away, but oh, he gets so many. Oh, the Hydras. Oh my god, it's so painful. Oh, wow. Poof, 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 poof. 24 Stalkers dead. 24 Stalkers. Look at the efficiency. He's almost 2,000 ahead. Oh, that was brutal. Let's have a look at the actual combat. There was 13 Stalkers just going down and then engage. Look at this trade. 1 drone and 22 Lings. The drone he killed offensively. That probe was unlucky as well. It's basically 22 Lings for 13 Stalkers. That's an insane valuable trade. Okay, Fleet Beacon on the way. Are we gonna see carriers this game? I'm kind of expecting again to see just the not the transport ship, how are they called? Tempest. Ooh, by Oracle, no tag. We have a bunch of Archons. There's no Storm though. There's no AoE. I'm not sure why herO is playing all of these games without AoE. There's 14 Zealots, 3 Archons, 1 Adept and 5 Stalkers. That's not really the army you're looking for if you want to battle 100 Lings. So 5 Archons are nice and all, and they will get a very good engage here. 10 kills and 8 kills on these guys. This one also has 10 kills. Tempest again, yeah. Rogue, I really like this, by the way. We see this A lot from Rogue and not from anyone else, really, from the Zerg players. Those are spine crawlers behind the mineral line. What they do is, you might see this in action, but I think he's gonna intercept this with the units. Basically, the Zealots will come here and they will try to go for counterattacks. Oh my god, you cannot go there with links only. And so the Zealots usually are clicked into the mineral line, right? You just click them there, and then you create a problem for your opponent to deal with. You won't micro those, unless you have literally nothing else to do. And like this, they will get into these tunnels, and they will get stuck there. Oh, that's a bunch of probes. Is he actually gonna get those probes, though? He is everywhere, but he's not really getting the good connections. He gets 30 probes there at the tail end, so he gets the last necessary moment to actually make this worthwhile here. Mothership is about to finish up. And it should be here. Needs to just come in. Could cloak this whole thing. There's no overseer. Oh, there's an overseer, but that's only one. You could snipe that one. The mothership could just... he's actually cloaking now. Okay, so he wants to prevent the damage from these links. Do they have a journal? I don't think they do. No, you don't. We see it's 0.5, not 0.35. The journal is crazy, by the way, if you think about it. They're going from half and 2 attacks per second to 3 attacks per second almost. That's kind of crazy, isn't it? I'd say it's crazy. Everything's so crazy, man. It's 3 attacks in 1.05 seconds. That's a lot of attacks. Okay, so he's just continuously making Archons, and I have to be very critical again here of herO. No Storm, no AoE, no Colossi even. It's a little bit weird, but you could count this as a AoE. It has 4 attacks, but it is actually not. It's just like a cleave. Not even a cleave. And yeah, even Rogue has more AoE. He has the Banes, right? They do have the AoE damage, the splash. Zealots are light, by the way, so they do take the bonus damage. 40 damage almost from the Banes. Okay, man, this is not going herO's way at all. He's gonna get another cancel down here. We have the links inside the main base. Does he have burrow, by the way? I wonder about this right now. I think he should get it. He's getting in so frequently. 35 Banes. In addition to what he already has. Okay, it's only 8. So it's gonna be 42. Or something along those lines. 43 maybe. Wow. You guys know that 42 is the answer to everything, so that's why I said it, not 43. Even though it's mathematical a different number, it's still 42. And you know I'm right. Okay, coming in here. A bunch of Zealots getting kind of stuck behind that pylon. Trying to counter the links didn't really work out there. Man, that looked funny. And again, we have these spine crawlers here in these positions, trying to counteract any Zealots that coming in. To just buy some time to evacuate the probes, or drones, or workers, or whatever you want to call them. SCVs, little guys with minerals. And just enough to bring in some units to maybe counteract those Zealots, but it will buy you the time. Link's getting in here into the natural, killing a lot of units, and we do have a big engage here. The mothership's gonna cloak. Has 10 kills, by the way. Oh, those Banes. The Zealots are trying to run away from the Banes, and then they give up and charge in, and all of them die. herO still does get a good trade on the north side, though, so the Hydras are gonna fall apart eventually. He still doesn't have Storm. He's making High Templars now for feedbacks, I guess. But he still needs to get Storm. Maybe he didn't have enough money to make enough Templars to move them into Archons correctly. Another attack here, and herO's again kind of getting caught out in the map. What is he doing here? There's nothing to defend. He doesn't have a base that he's trying to set up. He's just losing another army here. Can herO stabilize now? GG is gonna be called, and Rogue just take this serious. Is that for real? 3-0 Rogue. Wow. The Rogue, yeah.